Hi there, my name's Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time. Hi there, how the heck's it going? Just popping back again to basically let you know what I'm doing. I'm preparing to go out tonight to go to the church home group, which I've been doing for a fair while now. And we're preparing for Lent. Lent is, I think it's an Anglo-Saxon word, which essentially means spring, and it's the 40-day period prior to Easter really kicking off big time. And we're going through a manual called the 40 Days of Purpose, in which there's some meditations that you do each and every single day during this particular period, so that you can, I suppose, go through change and work out what your purpose in life is, and the purpose of life, or a particular interpretation of the purpose of life so far. Now, I suppose what I'm going to be doing is looking to see if there is anything to object to in this particular writing or this particular program, or precisely what it's about basically, as well as to see whether I can get any benefit from it, which is of course why I've been doing most of this stuff anyway. So far, in over a year's worth of being a practicing Christian, I have seen nothing which any pagan could object to, because essentially a lot of the process and a lot of the activities are very much in keeping with a lot of New Age thinking anyway. So there's nothing which anyone of a pagan or New Age orientation should be able to disagree with. A lot of the thinking which has been expressed has essentially been very deistic. So there's nothing really which anyone from deism should be objecting to in the way the Christianity has been expressed to me. So if there's nothing wrong with it from a deistic point of view, and if there's nothing wrong with it from a pagan point of view, I'm not quite sure why there is animosity against Christianity by these particular two subgroups. Yes, there can be disagreement with some forms of text, especially if they're taken literally, but surely then disagreement then is against literalism. And I personally do disagree with literalism. Funnily enough, as does the vicar. So, I'm not quite sure where the negativity comes from. As far as the policies of various different groups are concerned, those are the policies of those particular groups. They're not necessarily the policies of the whole of Christianity, because there isn't really a whole of Christianity. There's lots of little groups who call themselves Christian, but essentially have different forms of political identity, and it's their political identity which essentially makes or breaks what they are and what they're about. So it is rather curious. A question which is asked of me as a person on YouTube is, are you still a TransDeist? Well, if you were good enough to buy my book, TransDeism and Divination, which is present, of course, on the Lulu Marketplace, as well as I believe it may have come through on Amazon by now, I'm not sure, you will have found out that TransDeism is the core of my very being. And I did make a statement in that book saying no matter what particular spiritual path I ended up following, I would still be a TransDeist. Whether I became an atheist or an agnostic or a practicing Christian, Islamic person, theist, Buddhist, whatever. And that would include a Christian too. So my principal thinking remains transdeistic. It always will be. There's nothing which can stop that at all. It's just that I'm using this Christian mysticism as a means of structuring it. I do hope I've made myself reasonably clear. And I bid you all good fortune and God bless.